evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome on this miserable night to the last performance of the Pirates of Penzance. First of all, I just want to let you know where the exits are. In this theatre we have three, one at each side of the stage, one at the back on your left. I would ask you please to refrain from smoking and using flash photography. Now, first of all, I would like to welcome Waterford and Clonmel Societies who are represented here tonight. I hope you have a very pleasant evening. As usual, we have a raffle at the interval. I would ask you please to be as generous as you possibly can. As you can imagine, a show of this calibre costs an awful lot of money, and not begging, just asking, please dig deep. Thank you. For the raffle we have 7 prizes, and they are sponsored by Carrigahill House and Gardens, Helen's Lingerie Boutique, Connolly's Chemist, Maria Maloney's, Ben O'Neill's, Barnes Bakery, bottle of vodka. We'll be here all night, won't we? Anyway, so at this stage there's nothing for me to do, only to say thank you for coming out on such a miserable night and leaving the comfort of your fire. I think it will be well worth it, and I would ask you now to sit back, relax, and I hand you over to our wonderful musical director, Greg Scanlon. Thank you.
today our pirate prentice rises from indenture free. Strong his arm and keen his senses, he's a pirate now indeed. Here's good luck to Frederick's ventures, Frederick's out of his indentures. 22 now he's rising, all alone he's fit to fly, which he spent on signalising with unusual revelry. Here's good luck to Frederick's ventures, Frederick's out of his indentures. Hora, pirates, fill a pirate glass, and to make us more than merry, let the pirate bumper pass. Hooray!
Yes, Frederick, from today you rank as a full-blown member of our band.
Hey! My friends, I thank you for your kindly wishes, but that I could repay them as they deserve.
What do you mean?
Well, today I am out of my indentures, and today I must leave you forever.
Never!
Oh, this is quite unaccountable. A keener hand at sculling a cunarder, or cutting out a P&O, never shipped a handspike.
Yes, I have done my best for you. And why? It was my duty under my indentures, and I am the slave of duty. As a child, I was regularly apprenticed to your band, but it was through an error. No matter, the mistake was ours and not yours, and I was in honour bound by it.
An error? What error?
I may not tell you. It would reflect upon my well-loved Ruth.
Nay, dear master, my mind has long been gnawed with the cankering tooth of mystery. Better have it out at once. When Frederick was a little lad, he proved so brave and daring. His father thought he'd apprentice him to some career seafaring. I was, alas, his nursery maid, and so it fell to my lot to take and bind the promising boy, apprentice to a pilot. A life not bad for a hardy lad, though surely not a high lot. Though I'm a nurse, you might do worse than make your boy a pilot. I was a stupid nursery maid, on breakers always steering, and I did not catch the word aright through being hard of hearing, mistaking my instructions, which within my brain did gyrate. I took and bound the promising boy, apprentice to a pirate. A sad mistake it was to make, and doom him to a vile lot. I bound him to a pirate, you, instead of to a pilot. I soon found out beyond all doubt the scope of this disaster, but I hadn't the face to return to my place and break it to my master. A nursery maid is not afraid of what you people call work, so I made up my mind to go as a kind of piratical maid of all work. And that is how you find me now, a member of your Charlotte, which you wouldn't have found had he been bound, apprentice to a pilot. Oh, pardon, Frederick, pardon.
Arise, sweet one, I have long pardoned you.
Oh, the two words, they were so alike.
They still are, though years have rolled over their heads. But this afternoon my obligation ceases. Individually, I love you all with an affection unspeakable. But collectively, I look upon you with a disgust that amounts to absolute detestation.
What?
Oh, pity me, my beloved friends. For such is my sense of duty that once out of my indentures I shall feel myself bound to devote myself heart and soul to your extermination.
Well, Frederick, if you conscientiously feel it's your duty to destroy us all, we cannot blame you for acting on that conviction. Always act in accordance with the dictates of your conscience, my boy, and chance the consequences.
And besides, we can offer you but little temptation to remain with us. We don't seem to make piracy pay. I'm sure we don't know why, but we don't.
I know why, but lass, I mustn't tell you. It wouldn't be right.
Why not, my boy? It is only, tis only 27 minutes. I tell you, 27 and a half minutes past 11, and you are one of us until the clock strikes 12.
And until then, you're bound to protect our interests.
Well then, it is my duty as a pirate to tell you that you are too tender-hearted. For instance, you make a point of never attacking a weaker party than yourselves, and when you attack a stronger party, you invariably get thrashed.
There's some truth in that.
Then again, you make a point of never molesting an orphan.
Of course, we're orphans ourselves and know what it is.
Yes, but it has got about, and what is the consequence? Everyone we capture says he's a... The last 3 ships proved to be manned entirely by... And so we had to... One would think that Great Britain's mercantile navy was recruited solely from her orphan asylums, which we know is not the case.
Hang it all, you wouldn't have us absolutely merciless?
There's my difficulty. Until 12, I would. After 12, I wouldn't. Was ever a man placed in so delicate a situation?
And Ruth, your own Ruth, whom you loved so well, and who was won her middle-aged way into your boy's heart. What is to become of her?
He will take you with him.
Ruth, I feel some little difficulty about you. It is true that I admire you very much. But as I have been constantly at sea since I was 8 years old, and yours is the only woman's face I've seen during that time, I think it's a sweet face.
It is. Oh, it is.
I say, I think it is. That is my impression. But as I have never had the opportunity of comparing you with other women, then it is just possible I may be mistaken.
True.
What a terrible thing it would be if I was to marry this innocent person and find out that she is on the whole plain.
Oh, Ruth is very well. Ruth is very well indeed.
Yes, there are the remains of a fine woman about.
Do you really think so?
I do.
Then I will be not so selfish as to take her from you. In justice to her and in consideration for all of you, I will leave her behind.
For behind that feet of his mother!
No, Frederick, this cannot be. We are rough men. Rough. Who lead us rough life. But we are not so utterly artless as to deprive thee of thy love. I think I'm right in saying there is not one here who would deprive thee of this inestimable treasure for all the world holds dear.
Not one!
I thought not. Keep thy love, Frederick, keep thy love.
You're very good, I'm sure.
Well, Frederick, it's the top of the tide and we must be off. Well, Frederick, when the time comes for the process of extermination to begin, please allow our extermination to be as swift and painless as you can possibly make it.
I will. By the love I have for you all, I swear it. Would that you could render this extermination unnecessary by accompanying me back to civilization.
No, Frederick, this can never be. I don't think much to our profession, but contrasted with respectability and accountability in the Attorney General's office, is comparatively honest. Now, Frederick, I'll live and die a pirate king. Oh, better far to live and die under the brave black flag I fly than play a sanctimonious part with a pirate head and a pirate heart. Away to the cheating world go you, where pirates all are well to do. But I'll be true to the song I sing and live and die a pirate king. For I am a pirate king. And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. For I am a pirate king. You are a pirate king. And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. It is a rock with a pirate king, a rock with a pirate king. When I sally forth to seek my prey, I help myself in a royal way. I think a few more ships, it's true, than a well-bred monarch ought to do. But many a king on a first-class throne, if he wants to call his crown his own, must manage somehow to get through more dirty work than ever I do. For I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. For I am a pirate king. You are a pirate king. And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. It is a rock with a pirate king, a rock with a pirate king. And the artist is more just than it needs to be now.
I cannot live if I'm left behind.
Ruth, I will be quite candid with you. You are very dear to me, as you know, but I must be circumspect. Circumspect, Ruth. You see, you are considerably older than I. A lad of 21 usually looks for a wife of 17.
A wife of 17? Oh, you will find me the wife of 1,000.
No, but I shall find you a wife of 47, and that is quite enough. Ruth, tell me candidly and without reserve, compared with other women, how are you?
Well, I have a slight cold, but otherwise, I'm quite well.
Oh, I am sorry for your cold. I was referring rather to your personal appearance. Compared with other women, are you beautiful?
Oh, I have been told so, dear master.
Ah, but lately?
Oh, no, years and years ago.
Well, what do you think of yourself?
It is a delicate question to answer, but I think I am a fine woman.
And that is your candid opinion?
Yes. I would be deceiving you if I told you otherwise.
Thank you, Ruth. I believe you, for I'm sure you would not practice on my inexperience. Oh, I wish to do the right thing. And if you are really a fine woman, then your age shall be no obstacle to our union. Hark! Surely I hear voices. Who has ventured to approach her all but inaccessible lair? Can it be Custom House? No, it does not sound like Custom House.
Confusion! It is the voices of young girls. If he should see them, I am lost.
By all that's marvelous, a bevy of beautiful maidens. How lovely, how surpassingly lovely is the plainest of them.
I'm lost, lost, lost.
What grace, what delicacy, what refinement. And Ruth told me she was beautiful. Oh, false one, you have deceived me.
I have deceived you.
Yes, deceived me. You told me you were fair as gold,
And master, am I not so?
and now I see you're plain and old.
I'm sure I'm not a jot so.
Upon my innocence you play.
I'm not the one to plot so.
Your face is lined, your hair is grey.
It gradually got so.
Faithless woman, to deceive me I who trusted so.
Master, master, do not leave me. Hear me ere you go.
Faithless woman,
Master, master,
faithless woman,
master, master,
faithless
do not leave
woman,
me,
to
do not
deceive
leave
me
me.
I
Hear
who
me ere
trusted
you
so.
go.
Faithless
Master,
woman,
master,
to
do not
deceive
leave
me
me.
I
Hear
who
me
trusted
ere you
so.
My love without reflecting, or do not be rejecting. Take a maiden tender, her affection raw and green, at very highest rating has been accumulating. Some are 17, some are 17.
Yes, your lover, master, says your great disaster. Your love
What is
would be
such a
comfort
to
me,
the
it is clear.
My lover, the
Because you were
beauty
stating,
has been
it's been accumulating.
47 years.
47 years.
47 years.
Faithless woman, to deceive me I who trusted so. Faithless woman, to deceive me I who trusted so. What shall I do? Before these gentle maidens I dare not show in this alarming costume. No, no, I must remain in close concealment until I can appear in decent clothing.
Climbing over rocky mountains, skipping rivulet and fountain, passing where the willows green. of fleeting leisure. Hail it as a true lie, though it perish by and by. Hail it as a true lie, though it perish by and by. Every moment brings a treasure of its own special pleasure, though the moments quickly die. Greet them gaily as they fly. Greet them gaily as they fly. Far away from toil and care, reveling in fresh sea air, here we live and reign alone, in a world that's all our own. Here in this our rocky den, far away from mortal men, we'll be queens and make decrees. They may honor them who please. We'll be queens and make decrees. They may honor them who please.
What a picturesque spot. I wonder where we are.
And I wonder where Papa is. We have left him ever so far behind.
Oh, he will be here presently. Remember, poor Papa is not as young as we are, and we have come over rather difficult countries.
But how thoroughly delightful it is to be so entirely alone. Why, in all probability, we are the first human beings to have ever set foot on this enchanted spot.
Except for the wormway and the seagull. Why, it's the very place for wormway.
Who are only human beings down to the waist, and who can't be said strictly to set foot anywhere. Tails they may, but feet they cannot. But what shall we do until Papa and the servants arrive with the luncheon?
Well, we are quite alone.
Yes?
Apart from the seagulls. And the sea is as smooth as glass.
Yes?
Suppose we take off our shoes and our stockings and paddle.
Yes,
Stop, ladies, pray. I had intended not to intrude myself upon your notice in this effective but alarming costume. But under this peculiar circumstance, it is my bounden duty to inform you that your proceedings will not be unwitnessed.
But who are you, sir? Speak.
I am a pirate. Ladies, do not shun me. This evening I renounce my vile profession, and to that end, O pure and peerless maidens, O blushing buds of ever-blooming beauty, I soar at heart, I soar
assistance.
How pitiful his tale, how rare his beauty. How pitiful his tale, how rare his beauty.
Oh, is there not one maiden breast which does not feel their moral beauty of making worldly interest subordinate to sense of duty? Who would not give up willingly all matrimonial ambition to rescue such an one as I from his unfortunate position, from his position. To rescue such an one as I from his unfortunate position.
Alas, there's not one maiden rest which seems to feel the moral beauty of making worldly interest subordinate to sense of duty.
Oh, is there not one maiden here whose homely face and bad complexion have caused all hope to disappear of ever winning man's affection? To such an one, if such there be, I swear by heaven's arch above you, if you will cast your eyes on me, however plain you'll be, I love you. However plain you'll be, if you will cast your eyes on me, however plain you'll be, I love you. I love you. I love. I
Alas, there's not one maiden here whose homely face and bad complexion have caused all hope to disappear of ever winning man's affection.
Not one,
No, no, not one.
not one.
No, no.
Yes, one.
'Tis Mabel.
Yes, 'tis Mabel. Oh, sisters deaf to pity's name, for shame. It's true that he has gone astray, but pray, is that a reason good and true? Why you should all be deaf to pity's name.
The question is, had he not been a thing of beauty, would she be swayed by pride to see a sense of duty?
For shame, for shame, for shame. Oh, wandering one, though thou hast surely strayed, take heart to grace, thy steps retrace.
What ought we to do? Gentle sisters say, propriety we know, says we ought to stay, while sympathy exclaims, free them from your tether, play at other games, leave them here together.
Her case may any day be yours, my dear, or mine. Let her make her hay while the sun doth shine. Let us compromise, our hearts are not of leather. Let us shut our eyes and talk about the weather.
Yes, yes, let's talk about the weather. How beautifully blue the sky, the glass is rising very high. Continue fine, I hope it may, and yesterday, but yesterday, tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain, yet people say, I know not why that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain, yet people say, I know not why that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain, yet people say, I know not why we shall have a warm July.
To find a day that brings such exceeding beauty, did ever maiden close her eyes and wake in sadness, to dream of such exceeding gladness.
Ah yes, this is exceeding gladness.
How beautifully blue the sky, the glass is rising very high. Continue fine, I hope it may, and yet it rain, but yesterday, tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain, and people say, I know not why that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain, and people say, I know not why that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain.
Did roll his soul in guilty dreaming, and wake to find his soul with peace and virtue beaming.
How beautifully blue the sky, the glass is rising very high. Continue fine, I hope it may, and yet it rain, but yesterday. Continue fine, I hope it may, and yet it rain, but yesterday.
Did ever poet forsake his angel's mission, to find himself in yet a lady opposition? Ah, yes. Stay, we must not lose our senses. Men who stick at no offences will anon be here. Piracy, their dreadful trade is. Pray, get ye hence, young ladies, while the coast is clear.
No, we must not lose our senses. If they stick at no offences, we should not be here. Piracy, their dreadful trade is. Nice companions for you ladies. Let us disarm. Too late! Too late!
Most great opportunity to get married with impunity and indulge in the felicity of unbounded domesticity. We should typically be personified, conjugally matching modified by a doctor of divinity who's located in this vicinity.
We have missed our opportunity of escaping with impunity. So well to the felicity of our maiden domesticity. We should quickly be personified, conjugally matching modified by a doctor of divinity who's located in this vicinity. By a doctor of divinity who resides in this vicinity. By a doctor of divinity.
Pirate caravansary proceed against our will to wed us all. Just bear in mind that we are wards in chancery, and father is a major general.
We'd better pause, our danger may befall. Their father is a major general.
Yes,
yes, I am a Major General.
For he is a Major General.
He is so often a Major General.
And it is a glorious thing to be a Major General.
It is so often a Major General, so often a Major General.
I am the very model of a modern Major General. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the fact historical, from Marathon to Waterloo, and order categorical. I am very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations both the simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem, I am teeming with a lot of news. Oh, lot of news. Ha-ha! With many cheerful facts about the square and the hypotenuse. I am very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings and of madness, but still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General.
Still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern Major General.
I know our mythic history, King Arthur's answer paradox. I answer hard acrostics on a pretty taste of paradox. I quote in elegiacs all the crimes of Heliogabalus, in conics I can floor peculiarities parabolous. I can tell undoubted Raphaels from Gerardows and Sophonies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. Then I can hum a fugue of which I've heard the music's dinner for. Oh dear me, ha-ha! And whistle all the years of that infernal dance's pinafore.
Whistle all the years of that infernal dance's pinafore. Whistle all the years of that infernal dance's pinafore.
Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Caractacus's uniform. But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General.
Still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern Major General.
In fact, when I know what is meant by mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell at sight a Mauser rifle from a javelin, when such affairs as sorties and surprises I'm more wary at, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat, when I have learned what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery.
The hills are alive.
In short, when I've a smattering of elemental strategy. Oh dear me, strategy, lappity cut. Ha-ha! You'll say a better Major General has never strategy. For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky and adventurous, has only been brought down to the beginning of the century. But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General.
Still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern Major General.
Presto agitato, old chap. For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky and adventurous, has only been brought down to the beginning of the century. But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General.
Still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern Major General.
Replicato, agitato, press... Oh, there it is. Well, now that I've introduced myself, I should like to have some idea of what's going on.
Oh, Papa,
Permit me! We propose to marry your daughter.
Against our will, Papa! Against our will!
Oh, but you mustn't do that. May I ask, this is a picturesque uniform, but I'm not quite familiar with it. What are you?
We are all single gentlemen.
Oh, yes, I gather that. Anything else?
No, nothing else.
No, Papa, don't listen to them. They are pirates. The famous pirates of Penzance!
The pirates of Penzance. I have often heard of them.
All except this gentleman, who was a pirate once.
Judas! Judas!
But is out of his indentures today, and who means to lead a blameless life evermore.
Well, wait a bit. I object to pirates as sons-in-law.
We object to Major Generals as fathers-in-law. We waive that point. We do not press it. We look over.
An idea. And do you mean to say that you would deliberately rob me of these, the sole remaining props of my old age, and leave me to go through the remainder of my life, unfriended, unprotected, and alone?
Well, yes, that's the idea.
Tell me, have you ever known what it is to be an orphan?
Here we are again.
I ask you, have you ever known what it is to be an orphan?
Orphan.
Yes, orphan. Have you ever known what it is to be one?
I say orphan.
Orphan! Orphan! Orphan!
Look, chaps, I don't think we understand one another. I ask you, have you ever known what it is to be an orphan? And you say orphan. As I understand you, you are merely repeating the word orphan to show you understand me.
I didn't repeat the word orphan.
Oh, pardon me, you did indeed.
Oh, yes, you did, you did, you did!
Oh, no, he didn't!
Oh, yes, he did.
I only repeated it once.
True, but you repeated it.
But not orphan.
Oh, stop. I think I see where we're getting confused. When you say orphan, do you mean orphan, a person who has lost his parents? Or often, frequently?
Aha! I beg your pardon. I see what you mean. Frequently.
Ah, you said often, frequently.
No, only once.
Well, exactly. You said often, frequently, only once.
So, there!
Now, men of dark and dismal fate, forego your cruel employ. Have pity on my lonely state. I am an orphan boy.
An orphan boy.
An orphan boy.
How sad an orphan boy.
These children whom you see are all that I can call my own.
Poor fellow.
Take them away from me and I shall be indeed alone.
Poor fellow.
If pity you can feel, leave me my soul remaining joy. See, at your feet they kneel, your heart you cannot steal, against the sad, sad tale of the lonely orphan boy.
Poor fellow. See, at our feet they kneel, our hearts they cannot steal, against the sad, sad tale of the lonely orphan boy. The orphan boy, the orphan boy. See, at our feet they kneel, our hearts we cannot steal, against the tale of the lonely orphan boy. Poor fellow.
I'm telling a terrible story, but it doesn't diminish my glory, for they would have taken my daughters over the billowy waters if I hadn't an elegant diction, indulging in innocent fiction, which is not in the same category as telling a regular terrible story.
It's telling a terrible story, which died by delicious glory, as they would have taken his daughters over the billowy waters. It's easy and elegant diction to call it an innocent fiction. It comes the same category as telling a regular drama story. It's easy in elegant diction to call it an innocent fiction. It comes in the same category as telling a regular story.
Although a dark career sometimes involves the crime of stealing, I rather think that we're not altogether void of feeling. Although we live by strife, we're always sorry to begin it. For what we ask is life,
To be or not to be.
without a touch of poetry in it. You may go, for you're at liberty. Our pirate rules protect you, and honorary members of our band, we do elect you.
For he is an orphan boy.
Yes, a roughly orphan boy.
And it sometimes is a useful thing to be an orphan boy.
It is a roughly orphan boy, a roughly orphan boy.
Happy day,
Joyously we will away and marry me.
Oh, happy day with joyously they will away and marry me.
Should it befall auspiciously, her sisters all will rise with me.
Should it befall auspiciously, my sisters all would rise with me.
Oh, happy day, joyously they will away and marry me. Should it befall auspiciously, her sisters all will rise with me. Should it befall auspiciously,
My sisters all will rise with me.
Oh, master, hear what word I do implore you. Remember Ruth, your Ruth, who kneels before you.
Yes, yes, remember Ruth, who is before you.
away you did deceive me.
Away you did deceive him.
Oh, do not leave me.
Oh, do not leave her.
Away you grieve me.
Away you grieve him.
I wish you'd leave me.
We wish you'd leave him. Present the magnanimity, with his laser lace and dignity. Never was such opportunity to get married with impunity. We gave up the felicity of unbounded domesticity to a doctor of divinity who's located in this vicinity.
Present the magnanimity, this nature lays and dimity. Never was such opportunity to get married with impunity. But I gave up the felicity of unbounded domesticity to a doctor of divinity who's located in this vicinity. But I gave up the felicity of unbounded domesticity. But I gave up the felicity of unbounded domesticity to a doctor of divinity, a doctor of divinity, a doctor of
is falling fast. Dear father, I leave your bed when happy daylight is dead.
Oh, dry the glistening tear that dews that martial cheek. Thy loving children hearing them thy comfort seek. With sympathetic care their arms around me wreathe. For all they cannot bear to see their father weep.
Oh, Frederick, cannot you, in the calm excellence of your wisdom, reconcile us with your conscience to say something that will relieve my father's sorrow?
I will try, dear Mabel. But why does he sit here night after night in this draughty old ruin?
Why do I sit here? To escape from the pirate's clutches, I describe myself as an orphan. And heaven help me, I am no orphan. I come here to humble myself before the tombs of my ancestors and to implore their pardon for having brought dishonor upon the family escutcheon.
But you forget, sir, you only bought this property a year ago, and the stucco in your baronial hall is scarcely dry.
Frederick, in this chapel are ancestors, you cannot deny that. With the estate, I bought the chapel and its contents. I don't know whose ancestors they were, but I know whose ancestors they are. And I shudder to think that they are descendant by purchase, if I may so describe myself, should have brought disgrace upon what was, I have no doubt, a hitherto unblemished escutcheon.
Be comforted, sir, for had you not acted as you did, these reckless men would assuredly have called in the nearest clergyman and married your large family on the spot.
No, I thank you for your proffered solace, but it is unavailing. I assure you, Frederick, that such is the anguish and remorse I feel at the abominable falsehood by which I escaped these easily deluded pirates, that I should go to their simple-minded chief this very evening and confess all. Did I not fear that the consequences to mine own person would be most disastrous? At what time does your expedition march against these scoundrels?
At 11, and before 12 I hope to atone for my involuntary association with these pestilent scourges by sweeping them from the face of the earth. And then, dear Mabel, you will be mine.
Are your devoted followers at hand?
They are. They only wait my orders.
Then, Frederick, let your escort, lion-hearted, be summoned to receive a general's blessing ere they depart upon their dread adventure.
Dear sir, they come.
When the bowman bears his steel,
Tarantara, tarantara,
we uncomfortable feel.
tarantara,
And we find the wisest thing
tarantara, tarantara,
is to slap our chests and sing.
tarantara,
For when threatened with immutes,
tarantara, tarantara,
and your heart is in your boots,
tarantara.
there is nothing brings it round like the trumpet's martial sound, like the trumpet's martial sound. Tarantara, 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 tarantara.
Go, ye heroes, go to glory, though ye die in combat glory. Ye shall live in song and story. Go to immortality. Go to death and go to slaughter. Die and every Cornish daughter with no tears your grief shall water. Go, ye heroes,
us it's evident.
Tarantara, tarantara.
These attentions were well meant.
Tarantara.
Such expressions don't appear.
Tarantara, tarantara.
Calculated meant to cheer.
Tarantara.
Who are going to meet their fate in a highly nervous state.
Tarantara, tarantara, tarantara.
Still to us it's evident. These attentions are well meant.
Tarantara, tarantara.
Go and do your best endeavor, and before a links we sever, we will say farewell forever. Go to glory and the grave. Go to glory and the grave. For your bones are fierce and ruthless, false and merciful, and toothless, young and tender, old and toothless, all in vain the mercy crave.
We observe to great distress and the risks that on us press, and of reverence a lack to our chance of coming back. Still perhaps it would be wise not to carp or criticize, for it's very evident these attentions are well meant.
Yes, it's very evident. These attentions are well meant. Evident. Yes, well meant.
Evident. Oh yes, well meant. The form and mercy seem tarantara, tarantara. We are comfortable with tarantara. And we find the wise to say tarantara, tarantara. Mr. Summer should say tarantara. Get the lips tarantara, tarantara. And your heart is in your boots tarantara. There is something brings us round like the horns, marches on, like the best martial sound.
Away, away, these pirates slay. Then do not stay, then drive the sleigh.
Yes, forward on the boat. Yes, forward on the boat.
Yes, but you don't go.
We go. Yes, forward on the boat. Yes, forward on the boat.
Dash it, you don't go.
We go, we go. Here we go, we go, we go.
Now for the pirate's lair, oh joy unbounded, oh sweet relief, oh rapture unexampled. At last I may atone in some slight measure for the repeated acts of theft and pillage, which at a sense of duty stern dictation I, circumstances victim, have been guilty.
Young Frederick, who calls your late commander,
And I, your little Ruth.
Oh, mad intruders, how dare ye face me? Know ye not, O rash ones, that I have doomed you to extermination?
have mercy on us. Hear us ere you slaughter.
I do not think I ought to listen to you, yet mercy should allay our stern resentment, and so I will be merciful. Say on.
had left our pirate's fold, we tried to raise our spirits faint, according to our custom mold, with quips and quibbles quaint. But all in vain the quips we heard. We lay and sobbed upon the rock.
Sob, sob.
Until to somebody occurred a startling paradox.
A paradox.
A paradox, a most ingenious paradox. The quips and quibbles had in flocks, but none to beat that paradox.
A paradox, a paradox, a most ingenious paradox. A paradox.
We knew your taste for curious quips, for cranks and contradictions queer, and with the laughter on our lips we wish you there to hear. We said if we could tell it him, how Frederick would the joke enjoy. And so we've risked both life and lived to tell it to our boy.
That paradox,
that most ingenious paradox. We've quips and quibbles heard in flocks, but none to beat that paradox.
a paradox, a most ingenious paradox. A paradox.
For some ridiculous reason, to which, however, I've no desire to be disloyal, some person in authority,
who?
I don't know who, very likely the Astronomer Royal, has decided that although for such a beastly month as February, 28 days as a rule are plenty, 1 year in every 4, his days should be reckoned as 9 and 20. Through some singular coincidence, I shouldn't be surprised if it were owing to the agency of an ill-natured fairy. You are the victim of this clumsy arrangement, having been born in leap year on the 29th of February. And so, by simple arithmetical process, you'll easily discover that though you have lived 21 years, yet, if we go by birthdays, you are only 5 and a little bit over.
Dear me, let's see. Yes, yes, with you my figures do agree. How quaint the ways of paradox, at common sense she gaily mocks. Though counting in the usual way is 21 I've been alive, yet reckoning by my natal day, yet reckoning by my natal day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am a little boy of 5.
He is a little boy of 5.
A paradox, a most ingenious paradox. A paradox, a curious paradox. A most ingenious Upon my word, this is most curious, most absurdly whimsical. 5 1/4. No one would think it to look at me.
Oh, you'll be glad now, I'll be bound, that you spared us. You would never have forgiven yourself when you discovered that you had killed 2 of your comrades.
My comrades?
I'm afraid you don't appreciate the delicacy of your situation. You were apprenticed to us until you reached...
Until I reached my 21st year.
Until you reached your 21st birthday. And going by birthdays, you are as yet only 5 1/4.
You don't mean to say you're going to hold me to that?
No. We merely remind you of the fact and leave the rest to your sense of duty.
Your sense of duty.
Oh, don't put it on that footing. As I was merciful to you just now, be merciful to me. I implore you not to insist on the letter of your bond, just as the cup of happiness is at my lips.
We insist on nothing. We content ourselves with pointing out to you your duty.
Your duty.
Well, you have appealed to my sense of duty, and my duty is only too clear. I abhor your infamous calling. I shudder at the thought of ever being mixed up with it. But duty is before all, and at any price, I will do my duty.
Bravely spoken. Come, you are one of us once more.
Lead on, I follow. Oh, horror!
What is the matter?
Ought I to tell you? No, I cannot do it. And yet, as a member of your band...
Speak out. I charge you by that sense of conscientiousness to which we have never yet appealed in vain.
General Stanley?
Yes?
The father of my Mabel?
Yes.
He escaped from you on the plea that he was an orphan.
When you say orphan, do you mean a person who...
He escaped from you on the plea that he was an orphan.
He did?
Oh, it breaks my heart.
Break it.
It breaks my heart to betray the honoured father of the girl I adore. And yet, as your apprentice, I have no alternative. It is my duty to tell you that General Stanley is no orphan.
What?
More than that, he never was one.
Am I to understand that to save his contemptible skin, General Stanley practiced on our credulous simplicity? Our revenge will be swift and terrible. We will go and collect our band and attack Tremorden Castle this very night.
But stay!
Not a word. He is doomed.
Away, away, my heart's on fire. I burn this base deception to repay. This very night, when vengeance done, shall glut itself in gore. Away, away.
Away, away, ere I expire, I find my duty hard to do today. My heart is filled with anguish dire, it strikes me to the core. Away, away.
With falsehood foully tricked us of our bride, let vengeance how the pirates all decide. Our nature stern is softened with his lies, and in return tonight the traitor dies.
Yes, tonight the traitor dies. Yes, tonight the traitor dies.
Tonight he dies.
Yes, on early tomorrow.
His girls likewise.
Never went to its sorrow.
The once or spot.
In the nature they cherish.
The noble plot.
To abuse it shall perish.
Tonight he dies, yes, on early tomorrow. His girls likewise will wet in sorrow. The ones so spot in the nature they cherish. And all who plot to abuse it shall perish. Away, away, away. Tonight the traitor dies. Away, away, tonight, tonight, tonight. The traitor dies tonight.
All is prepared. Your gallant crew awaits you. My Frederick in tears. It cannot be that Lionheart cries at the coming conflict.
No, Mabel, no. A terrible disclosure has just been made. Mabel, my dearly loved one, I bound myself to serve the pirate captain until I reached my 21st birthday.
But you are 21.
I just discovered that I was born in leap year, and that birthday will not be reached by me till 1940.
Oh, horrible, catastrophe appalling.
And so farewell.
Oh, Frederick, hear me. Stay, Frederick, stay. They have no legal claim. No shadow of a shame will fall upon thy name. Stay, Frederick, stay.
Nay, Mabel, nay. Tonight I quit these walls. The thought my soul appalls, but when stand duty calls, I must obey.
Stay, Frederick, stay.
Nay, Mabel, nay.
They have no claim.
But duty's name the thought my soul appalls, but when stand duty I leave thee here in endless night to dream, where joy is dark and drear, and sorrow supreme, where nature day by day will sing in altered tongue this weary round he lay. He loves thee, he is gone. Fa la la la, fa la la la. He loves thee, he is gone. Fa la la la, fa la. In 1940 I of age shall be. I'll then return and claim you, I declare it.
It seems so long.
Swear that till then you will be true to me.
Yes, I'll be strong. By all the Stanleys dead and gone, I swear it.
Oh, here is love, and here is truth, and here is food for joyous laughter. She will be faithful to her suit, till we are wed and even after. Oh, here is love, and here is truth.
Oh, here's love and here's truth.
She will be faithful to her
We will be
suit,
faithful to her
till we
suit.
are wed and even after.
Till we are wed.
And even after.
Yes, even after.
Oh, here is love, and here is truth, and here is food for joyous laughter. She will be faithful to her suit,
Till we are wed.
and even after. She will be faithful to her suit, till we are wed and even after. Even after. Oh, here is love, and here is truth. Oh, here is love. Here's love.
No, I'll be brave. Oh, family descent, how great thy charm, thy sway, how excellent. Come, one and all, undaunted men in blue. A crisis now, affairs are coming to.
Though in body and in mind,
Tarantara, tarantara,
we are timidly inclined,
tarantara,
and anything but blind
tarantara, tarantara,
to the danger that's behind.
tarantara,
But when the danger's near,
tarantara, tarantara,
we manage to appear
tarantara,
as insensitive to fear as anybody here, as anybody here. Tarantara, 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 tarantara.
Sergeant, approach.
Yes, ma'am.
Young Frederick was to have led you to death and glory.
That is not a pleasant way of putting it.
No matter, he will not so lead you, for he has allied himself once more with his old associates.
He has acted shamefully.
You speak falsely. I know nothing about it. He has acted nobly.
He has acted nobly.
Dearly as I loved him before, his heroic sacrifice to his sense of duty has endeared him to me tenfold. He has done his duty, I will do mine. Go ye and do yours.
Righto.
This is perplexing.
We cannot understand it at all.
Still, if he is actuated by a sense of duty,
that makes a difference, of course. At the same time, we repeat, we cannot understand it at all.
No matter. Our course is clear. We must try and capture these pirates alone. It is most distressing for us to be the agents whereby our erring fellow creatures are deprived of that liberty which is so dear to all, because they exceeded the 80 milligrams of alcoholic beverages. But we should have thought of that before we joined the force.
We should.
It's too late now.
It is.
When a felon's not engaged in his employment, or maturing his felonious little plans, his capacity for innocent enjoyment, is just as great as any honest man. Our feelings we with difficulty smother, when constabulary's duty to be done. Or take one consideration with another. A policeman's lot is not a happy one. When constabulary duties to be done, a policeman's lot is not a happy one.
Happy one.
When the enterprising burglar is not a burgling. When the cutthroat isn't occupied in crime. He loves to hear the little brook a-gurgling. Or listen to the merry village chime. When the coster's finished jumping on his mother. He loves to lie a-basking in the sun. Or take one consideration with another. A policeman's lot is not a nappy one. When constabulary duties to be done, a policeman's lot is not a happy one.
Happy one.
Hush, I hear them on the man are poaching. With stealthy steps the pirates are approaching. They seek a penalty. They seek a penalty. They come in force with stealthy stride. Our obvious course is now to hide. Away, 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 away,
away. We can't like tread upon our way we steal. In silence tread, a cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word. A fly's footfall will be distinctly heard. Run-ta-run, run-ta-run. So certainly
centre beat, your lies preserver, you may want to hit. Your silent matches, your dark lantern seize, take your fine and the skeleton keys.
Run to run! We have the tread! Run to run! His silent tread! With cat-like tread upon a bravely steed, his silent tread, a cautiously we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word, and the flight's foot forward need distinctly heard. Come, friends above the sea, truce to navigation, take another station. There's very piracy, with an intermoglery and the chair upon a very ship. His eyes red, our conscious
Hush, hush, not a word. I see a light inside. The Major General comes, so quickly hide.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes. Yes, yes, the Major General comes.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes. Tormented with this anguish dread of falsehood unatoned, I lay upon my sleepless bed and tossed and turned and groaned. The man who finds his conscience ache no peace at all enjoys. And as I lay in bed awake, I thought I heard a noise.
He thought he heard a noise. Ha ha!
No, Teddy, all is still in Vale on Hill. My mind is set at ease. So still the scene, it must have been the sighing of the breeze. Sighing softly to the river comes the loving breeze, setting nature all a quiver, rustling through the trees. And the brook in rippling measure laughs for very love, while the poplars in their pleasure wave their arms above.
Yes, the trees are very low, wave their leafy arms above.
River, river, little river, may thy loving prosper e'er. Heaven's speedy poplar trees, may thy wooing happy be. Heaven's speedy poplar trees, may thy wooing happy be. Prince Brook is but a rover when he wings away. Brook and poplar mourn a lover, sighing well a day. Ah, the doing and undoing that the road could tell. When the breeze is out a-wooing, who can woo so well?
Loving tales the road will tell, no one he can woo
take here, oh joy, oh rapture, summon your men and effect their capture.
Frederick, save us!
Beautiful Mabel, I would if I could, but I am not able.
He's telling the truth, he is not able.
With base deceit, you worked upon our feelings. Revenge is sweet and flavors all our dealings. With courage rare and resolution manly, for death prepare, unhappy General Stanley.
Is he to die unshriven, unannealed? Will no one of his cause a weapon wield?
Yes, we are here, though hitherto concealed. So to constabulary pirates yield. Tar rights, rumba, shatterum, dum. Orum, harum, ra, ra, ra. Bubble, barum, beer or gin. We'll make the old skulls gasp or grin. Ra, ra, ra. Jamboree, Orum, Shatterum, Pirates, we!
To gain a brief advantage you've contrived, but your proud triumph will not be long-lived.
Don't say you're orphans, for we know that game.
On your allegiance we've a stronger claim. We charge you yield. We charge you yield in Queen Victoria's name.
You do.
We do. We charge you yield.
With humbled mien, because with all our faults we love our Queen.
Yes, yes, with all their faults they love their Queen. Yes, yes, with all their faults they love their Queen.
Away with them and place them at the bar.
One moment. Let me tell you who they are. They are no members of the common throng. They are all noblemen who have gone wrong. They are all noblemen who have gone wrong.
No Englishman unmoved that statement hears, because with all our faults we love our house of peers. I pray you pardon me, ex-pirate king. Peers will be peers, and youth will have its fling. Resume your ranks, and legislative duties, and take my daughters, all of whom are beauties.
Oh, wandering ones, though ye have surely strayed, take heart of grace, your steps retrace. Oh, wandering ones, oh, wandering ones, if such poor love as ours can help ye find true peace of mind, why take it, it is yours.
Wandering one, wandering one, wandering one, wandering one, take us, take us. Take any heart, take us, take us, take us. Take our, there is the shine. Take our, there is the shine. Take our, take our, take our, We cat like tread upon a way we see, in silent tread, on cautious way we see. No sound at all, we never speak a word. A fly's footfall would be distinctly heard. So certainly the pirates wait for all the horses and the ships. Oh, friends who plow the sea, choose the navigation, take another station. Let's ferry piracy, with a little burglary. Oh, friends who plow the sea, choose the navigation, take another station. Let's ferry piracy, with a little burglary.
No more crowbar and your centre beat, your life's preserver. You may want to hit your silent matches, your dark laundress seas. Take your foil and your skeleton keys. Run to
Ladies and gentlemen and children, it's quite obvious from the applause and the reception that we've had tonight that you have had as much enjoyment out of the production as certainly we all here have had putting it on. Unaccustomed as I am to speaking my night attire, I hope you'll bear with me. We have quite a few thank yous to get through. I'll make them as brief as I can, and every one of them are from the heart to every single person who has helped us to put this show together from day one. And I would start with the committee who started work on this last April and have worked very, very hard to get us where we are tonight. So to the committee, could I say thank you? It's been an honour and a privilege working with you. Next, I would like to say thank you to our production team. And our work started last September. And we have 4 very, very hard-working, dedicated and committed people behind us. First of all, I'd like to introduce you to Michael O'Donoghue, our producer. And to whom you have been, well, you've been looking at the rear all night. We've had the joy of looking at the front. To our musical director, Greg Scanlon. And to show that we do believe in gender equity here, our next 2 very, very important people are Nan Howard. And if Nan could come up and join us, please. Where are you? Come up. And again, if you read my programme, I'm not in the habit of leaving Mrs. Gertie Morrissey to last, but it's for a very important reason, because certainly she may be last, but she's by no means least, because without her, our rehearsals would be tuneless. So to Gertie, thank you very, very much. If you could come up, please. I'm now going to ask Frederick if he would do the honours to present these 2 very special ladies and a few more special ladies with some bouquets from the society. That's you. Okay. So our first presentation is to Nan. Thank you, Nan. The flowers are there. Our second presentation is to Mrs. Gertie Morrissey. Thank you, Gertie. Hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gertie. Happy birthday to you. We now have a bouquet for our own Isabel. Isabel. To Kate. Kate, please. To Edith. Thank you. To the one that got away, Ruth. Thank you. And to our very own Mabel. Thank you. And finally, to a very special lady who belongs to a very special band, to Teresa Costello, and in recognition to the wonderful work done by the orchestra, thank you very much. And get through the rest very quickly, but as you were told tonight, you were being transported to a beach in Cornwall, and that beach would not have happened without the very able construction crew, stage manager and team, and to our very special lighting people up there. Thank you. Our very special thanks to everybody associated with the front of house. If I were to start mentioning those, I would probably leave somebody out. You would definitely be shifting, which thank God you're not doing yet. But thank you so much to every one of you, because you all work so hard every single night. Thank you. Well, I know I can. And again, another very special band of people who you will all realise have worked miracles on some of us and have managed to transport us back many, many years. To our makeup people downstairs, to our wardrobe lady, and, sorry, I've lost my page, and to our hairdressers, how could I forget? To Carol and Jackie and all of those people, thank you. I'm near the end, I promise. To our booking office, thank you very much. To our caterers who have worked hard every single night, thank you very much. To the CBS and to Ortsgun and Nature for rehearsal facilities, thank you very much. To our advertisers and our sponsors, we are deeply indebted. We wouldn't be here. And finally, one, as I said in the programme, vital ingredient. And to these fantastic group of people here, every one of them. Thank you. They have really worked so hard, and I think you have all seen that in the professional job that we have managed to achieve up here. They have just worked tirelessly, willingly, and so hard for the last 5 or 6 months. Thank you. And now I have finished. So can I just say to every one of you, thank you for coming, thank you for supporting us every single night. I hand you back to Greg.
Away, away, these pirates slay. Then do not stay. Then why this delay?
Yes, forward on the boat. Yes, forward on the boat.
Yes, but you don't go.
We go, yes, forward on the boat. Yes, forward on the boat.
Dash it, you're all still here.
We go, yes, we go. We go, we go, we go, we go, we go.
our pirate prentice rises from indenture free. Strong his arm and keen his senses, he's a pirate now indeed. Here's good luck to Frederick's ventures, Frederick's out of his indentures. 22 now he's rising, all alone he's fit to fly, which he spent on signalising with unusual revelry. Here's good luck to Frederick's ventures, Frederick's out of his indentures. Pour a pirate's share, fill a pirate's glass, and to make us more than merry, let the pirate bump a bar.
Make the most of fleeting leisure, hail it as a true lie, though it perish by and by.
Hail it as a true lie, though it perish by and by.
Every moment brings a treasure of its own especial pleasure, though the moments quickly die. Greet them gaily as they fly, greet them gaily as they